This is question 8 from the 2023 Engineering Science Nat 5 past paper. And this is our big programming question. So, start of section 2, and we're being told a car safety system detects when the driver's seatbelt is unfastened. The safety system is operated by a microcontroller, and the output and input connections to the microcontroller are shown in the table below. We have got a seatbelt sensor on our input, just here. We've got a buzzer and a warning lamp for our outputs. And then we're told the following about the sequence. So the safety system operates using the following sequence. A warning and buzzer lamp turn off. Okay, so it's the first thing. And then when the seatbelt sensor is on, the sequence will start to run. If the seatbelt sensor is off, the warning lamp will turn on. The buzzer will then turn on and off 3 times over a period of 1.8 seconds. And the sequence will return to check the seatbelt sensor again. So what I want to do is break this down into understanding what it is that is happening and when. I'm going to colour code it to make it a little bit easier. So the first thing is that we have got a warning lamp and a buzzer that are off. The next thing is if the seatbelt sensor is on, we want this to start. So for the seatbelt sensor to be on, we want that to be equal to 1. So we want pin 0 to be equal to 1. So the sequence there is going to return. Now, if the seatbelt sensor is off, let's change it to a different colour, then our warning lamp's going to turn on. And so for our seatbelt sensor to be off, we want to say that pin 0 would equal 0, because there'd be no input. After this, I'm going to go for another colour. The buzzer is going to turn on and off, and it's going to turn on and off 3 times in 1.8 seconds. And after that, go for a different colour here. Oops, sorry. Sequence is going to return. And what I've done is I've gone through that, and I have highlighted the things that I know I'm going to need to either draw or write for my flowchart. Next, I'm going to go and just take a look at this page. So here, this would be on the same page for you, but on the iPad it's in 2 different pieces of paper. So we're asked to complete the flowchart for the sequence shown, which is what we've just looked at, with reference to the data booklet and the input and output connections. And the really key bit here for you is that you are being told to include all the pin numbers and delay units in the flowchart. So we can't call things by names, we need to call them the pin numbers. And happily, here, pin 7 off and pin 6 off has been done for us. We've got a decision box and then another output there. And the reason I've highlighted that in yellow is because that is the first bit of the sequence here. A warning lamp and a buzzer turn off. That is given to us. Perfect. Now what we need is the seatbelt sensor, which we know is on pin 0. Sorry, I changed my colour. When that is on, we want the system to return to the start. But then, if it's off, we want the warning light to turn on, and we want the buzzer to sound 3 times in a 1.8 second period. And then we want the whole system to return. So I'll start with the red part, and we'll come back and do the rest after that. Now, handily, the SQA have given us the start of this. So we are given that decision box, and we need to ask, is the seatbelt on or is the seatbelt off? So I'm going to say does pin 0, which is the input signal, equal 1. If it does, then I want this system to repeat itself. So I'll draw that round to before the first output box. However, if it is 0, then I want something to happen. So let me check that I've got that bit right. when the seatbelt sensor is on, excuse me. Oh, I've just jumped massively. Sorry, folks. So when the seatbelt sensor is on, if pin 1 is equal to 1, then the sequence is going to return to the start. Yeah, I've done that. So now it's off. I want the warning lamp to turn on, and that is pin 7. So I'll come to here, and I will say I want pin 7 to turn on. And that means that warning light is on. Perfect. I think that is the green part checked off as well. Yeah. So you can see I'm just working through bit by bit to check I'm doing everything. Next, the blue bit. We want the buzzer to turn on and off 3 times in 1.8 seconds. And so, just quickly there, if we want a buzzer to turn on and off 3 times in 1.8 seconds, that means that 1.8 divided by 6 gives me 0.3 seconds. That is the timing for it turning on, waiting, off, waiting. Because we want the buzzer to be on and off. And part of you working out the maths of that is showing understanding for this question as well. Okay, so my warning light is on. I now want my buzzer to come on, which was on pin 6. So I'm going to turn pin 6 on. I'm then going to wait. I'm going to use that number we just calculated. So I'm waiting 0.3 seconds. After that I want pin 6 to turn off. And again a wait. And we wanted that to happen 3 times. So let's ask if that's repeated 3 times. With a decision box. If it hasn't been, we want that to be done again, so we'll loop it back to before that flash. And if it is done 3 times, then we want the system to return. So, excuse me. The sequence is going to return to check the seatbelt sensor. And so we can draw then, okay, I did that daft pink, that if that is done, we want this to return to check if the seatbelt sensor has been activated. There we go. Now that is an awful lot of marks, and so what I want to do is just run through with you where you would be getting those marks in answering this question, and do it in a darker green. Now firstly, you're getting 1 mark for what is in that box there, for asking is pin 0 on or off. However you said that, you could write is pin 0 on. And your next mark then is for this arrow looping back for if pin 0 is on. You get 1 mark for saying here pin 7 on in the correct place, and you get 1 mark combined for turning pin 6 on and off. You get 1 mark for both your delays being in the correct place, and you get 1 mark for the time delay being correct. If you had put there 0.6 seconds, you'd lose a mark. Okay, so that would lose you the mark. It has to be the 0.3 to get that full mark there. You then need the repeat, so as it's done 3 times, and you get 1 mark for the whole of that box. You get 1 mark for this return line, going back to before pin 6. And you get... Sorry, I've just realised I've told you something wrong, but I'll come back to it. And you get 1 mark here for that return, looping back round to before asking the question about pin 0. What I said earlier was you'd get the answer, you'd lose your mark if you wrote 0.6 seconds. The point there is that you need to make the on and off wait time equal 0.6 seconds. So if you had, instead of doing it evenly like I did, if you would put it on for 0.4 and off for 0.2, that's valid. Any combination, but I would stick to the halfway. Let me see how many we've got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you're going to get 1 mark for having all the symbols correct. So what I would say is, if you're not a very neat writer, make sure that you practice doing your parallelograms and your rectangles. And an easy way to do this, if you are not very neat, is to literally take a ruler with you to the exam, and when it comes to doing your parallelogram, use that to do the sides of your parallelogram and straighten them up, and use it to do the sides of your rectangle. It means you're going to get those edges straight if you're not super neat. The last mark I've missed there, sorry, is this bit. You'd get 1 mark for your total time delay being equal to 0.6 seconds. So, like I said, it doesn't matter how you split that up, but making sure that the values in those boxes are equal to 0.6 seconds is the important bit there for the last mark. So that's the 10 marks. Hopefully that's nice and straightforward.